Like most people, I'm struggling to say anything new on the cost of living crisis. We face economic collapse as maybe half of all households move into energy poverty, with dire spillover consequences for businesses and public services. And politicians still do not appreciate the risks, and we have had enough. The media are largely owned and their agendas determined by a billionaire clique, and are doing everything they can to defend the status quo, squash dissent, and protect the rich and the powerful. The UK is a wealthy nation, and energy companies are clocking up exceptional profits whilst everybody else struggles to make ends meet. No one should get ill because of cold homes. No one should spend days in libraries or shopping centres just to keep warm. And no one should face life or death situations driven by anxiety or the simple fact that people cannot afford to live. And all the while, corporations continue to hoover up massive financial gains. As the crisis in the standard of living rockets to unprecedented heights, so is dissent and anger, and understandably so. Politicians have shown that they neither have the ideas or the commitment to provide a resolution that would support working people and challenge corporate power. And guess what? The government's strategy for maintaining its grip is not to deal with the situation at hand, but to repress organised dissent and prevent coherent opposition from forming. The intent is to keep unions down by limiting the scope of their actions and making lawful strike action as ineffective or as impracticable as possible. Now, add to that the Policing Act, the Public Order Bill and the Elections Bill. Each are designed in their own way to make effective lawful democratic resistance more difficult. Stymieing organisers and community activists in particular, these pieces of legislation constitute a centralisation of increased governmental power at the expense of working people, and we need to take a stand. Even in their comparatively diminished state, trade unions are positioned to do something that British politicians refuse to do, and with support, unions have the ability to take ambitions and ideas amongst working people and turn them into demands for change. Put simply, if mass dissent is going to take a political form at all, it's best that it's coordinated through the union movement, and for that, they deserve our support. I seriously hope that we remain strong, because we have a massive fight ahead. We need to tap into the fire within us. We need to collectively awaken and hold each other accountable. And most of all, we need to come together and demand big changes from the incoming administration and refuse to take no for an answer. Now is the time to find common ground with each other and remind one another that the media is not our friend. Big business is not our friend. And the two-party system will always choose corporations over people every single time. In this dispute, we are all rail workers. By supporting them, we are sticking up for ourselves, and if you are not yet a member of a union, then I would think seriously about joining one. We need to organise, and the time to organise is now.